Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Daktron here, and I am back with another video. And this is Spidey-Talk. And so, previously on Spidey-Talk, we discussed Spider-Man PS4. And I'm an Xbox player. Doesn't that sound wrong? But the gameplay you're seeing in the background here is from the amazing Spider-Man game, which I don't know if I'll ever cover on my channel. But I figured I'd put some gameplay up, that way you all had something to look at while I talked. Anyway, so today I'll be discussing Spider-Man Homecoming and the joyful opinions I have on this film. But, so without further ado, let's get into this. So, when they cast this new Spider-Man, my first thought was, dang, I'm gonna miss Andrew Garfield. Because, though Andrew Garfield wasn't the best Spider-Man, or wasn't everyone's favorite Spider-Man, he at least grew on me that first few times I saw him. Because I saw him twice in theaters as the character Peter Parker. And yes, that's not a huge thing because Tobey Maguire did it 3 times. And given I saw Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man as one of my first superhero movies of all time, you'd think I'd instantly go for that, but nope. Andrew Garfield kind of got to me. But when they recasted Spider-Man in Civil War, I was like, I'm going to miss Andrew Garfield. Not only am I going to miss Andrew Garfield, but it's also kind of cool to see the rights back with Marvel, not Sony. Sony leasing, of course, the character to Marvel for them to redo the game. Well, for them to redo the movie series, because they fudged up all their other ones. But, yeah. So, Spider-Man Homecoming, that's how it kind of came about. And the actor is great. He embodies everything I believe Peter Parker should embody, which is great because you kind of want someone who can do that, who at least kind of reminds you of that character. And he reminds me so much of a Peter Parker, especially the Peter Parker I read in like the comic books and stuff, which, as we explained in the previous episode, I don't read too many of the comic books, not watch, but I don't read too many of the comics, so what little I do read, it reminds me just of him, what Tom Holland is doing with that character. And then, of course, we can't sell the villain any short, and that is, of course, the Vulture. And, you all know my favorite superhero of all time being Batman, so seeing Michael Keaton in a Marvel movie almost instantly made me go, I just didn't like the thought of it. But after some careful consideration and watching his videos online, and actually I had to watch most of the trailers recently, and that was really awesome because I got to get like fresh eyes on fresh eyes and fresh ideas on the trailer itself. And of course, Michael Keaton's performance totally stood out to me, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it. But yeah, so Spider-Man Homecoming, though, it's a different movie. It's not going to be like the Spider-Man of old. It's a teenager playing a teenager. It's a story of homecoming, really. And Peter Parker going through everyday struggles. That's why Spider-Man's relatable, is because he goes through struggles we can relate to. And it's just very, very cool to see how that character is looking like it's going to shape out within the next little bit here. So, Spider-Man Homecoming. I know it's out in a few weeks now, and I know there's probably some stuff I'm missing. The suit for Spider-Man Homecoming also looks really good. Stuff like that I've been kind of looking at and trying to have a new appreciation for. So the suit looks really good. It all just looks good. The inclusion of Tony Stark's a bit of a it's a bit of a stretch, rather. Personally, I'd rather keep my Spider-Man films with just Spider-Man. Of course, team-ups are good, and he needs those, but I would have rathered a Deadpool or things like that. I know that's harder to do, and you have to deal with the rights and all that kind of stuff. But I figured might as well just go ahead and throw it out there. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to click on that like button. Like, favorite, comment, subscribe. And if you have an opinion on Spider-Man Homecoming, please leave it in the comments below. I'd love to know it. I'd love to discuss with you the future of Spider-Man. And this is going to be the end of the second part of Spider-Talk. Join me next time, in a few weeks from now, where I review Spider-Man Homecoming. And that should be a blast in itself. So like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. This is going to be Daktron, myself, signing out until next time.